Hey guys, welcome back to Reading and Writing Refuge. I'm Heather and this is my second video for this channel. I am glad you're here. So today's video is going to focus on getting a space ready that is comfortable, that is inviting, that is a creative space. And I do not have that right now. Over my shoulder, that's my writing desk, and I have neglected my writing for many years now. I've lost my way, and my desk kind of represents that. So I'm not going to take you through the horrible hours of getting this clean and ready to go. Imagine it may take me a full day. Okay guys, I am being completely vulnerable right now. I am showing you my writing desk space, which as you can see is not very conducive to writing. And before I start my new falling back in love with writing routine, I think this needs to get cleared out. I need to have a clear space and dedication back to writing, where this can be my spot where I sit down. I have that urge, that feeling that yes, I'm going to create, I'm going to write, because I can't do that at this point. This is like years and years of buildup here. It's become like a personal, sentimental space where I've kind of put some things that I like to kind of reflect on and look at, as well as my makeup putting on station. That's not going to change, but I do need to kind of clear some of this out. And, you know, being outside is always a distraction, but I still like to look out the window when I'm writing. So we're going to keep the desk here. We're going to keep some of my favorite sentimental things, which could be just random things like this piece of driftwood. This is very special to me. I have a memory of that piece of driftwood, so I like it to be there because I can look at that and picture the day, the season, the moment. My girls were much younger. We found this drifting in a lake. We pulled it out, and it has such incredibly cool carvings on it that I couldn't leave it there. And, you know, this could be inspiration for story, because look, if you just think about the journey of this piece of wood, this broken branch, and what caused all these carvings, I don't know. I think it's super cool. So a lot of things will stay. Maybe some things will go somewhere else, but I need at least a surface. And yep, we're going to do that. That will be step one. I will show you my progress and what it looks like at the end of this video. I want this space to be ready so that I can totally commit myself to getting back in love with writing. And so my first video for this channel kind of talked about why I'm ready to jump back in, maybe a little bit on how I lost my way, but just really wanting to encourage you guys to get back into finding a passion for a creative outlet, whether it be writing, you know, I talk about reading as well in this channel, art, whatever that is. I think everyone needs a creative outlet, especially as you get into middle age and beyond. It's just so therapeutic, not only for your mind, your heart, it is physically and mentally just an excellent way to work your brain. And I'm really tired. It's dark. We just had the time change. Basically, I'm exhausted. I'm ready for bed, but it's way too early. The point of this video is to talk about writing spaces and how important those are. And actually, it may change for you over time. It has changed for me over time. When I first started writing, when I first delved deep into creative writing, I was hooked. I was obsessed, and I wanted to really push myself, and I wanted to get better. I wanted to learn everything I could as quickly as possible. And I had young children at the time. My youngest was just a preschooler, maybe 3, 4, 5 years old, and it was really difficult to find time to write. And I could handle late nights so much better than I can now in midlife. And it wasn't that long ago, but my body has changed. Hormones have changed. I cannot stay up like I used to. It's almost like I have narcolepsy now, which is really weird. But I could do my writing at night. And then as some of my kids, all of my kids finally got into the school system, I had more pockets of time throughout the day, and then I would make some writing time in the day. And then as all of the children were in activities, sports, after school things, and I was in my car all day, I actually made my car into a writing space. Because I had to sit in parking lots a lot. I had to sit in school pickup lines a lot. I had to sit on the side of soccer fields, outside waiting on art class to get out, you name it. I was a band mom. I had all this time away from my desk, away from home, and in a car often, or on a bench, or in a chair, just waiting. So I had to learn to write on the go. And I had like a bug out bag for writing. So I had everything I needed right there. And I had to force myself, I had to learn how to write out in public, which sometimes feels a little bit awkward, especially when you're not in like a traditional setting for writing, like a cafe or coffee shop. When you're sitting in the middle of a grocery store, little cafe area. I've done that before, just anywhere you can think of. So used to do that. And as I got more into writing, and I was able to set up a writing group and get a group of people together, and then we started having more formal meetings, either in a library space or a cafe or someone's home for workshopping and so forth. So for me, my writing space has changed as my situation has changed. But at this point, I really need kind of a jumping point. Like I need to have a space that is just my writing space, that when I sit into that chair, that's what I'm going to program my brain to do. And so there are many authors out there. The one that keeps popping in my head for this video is Maya Angelou. So I went through a phase where I read all her memoirs. I wanted to really just hear her voice in my head. Like she had this really strong voice, really strong opinions. And she really loved just going to like renting a motel, taking snacks, water, whatever, and just kind of locking herself in there in a sparse hotel room with just a little desk and maybe a bed. I don't even know if she had a window view, because that would be a distraction for me to look out the window. And that's what she did. There are a lot of writers like that. They just need complete quiet. And fortunately, I don't. A memory just popped in my mind when I was working on a book. And my daughter, my youngest, must have been 5, 6-ish. I can't imagine her being much older, because she was literally climbing on my back, hanging over my shoulder as I'm trying to type and edit these pages and on my computer screen. And yeah, so the point of this video is to talk about writing spaces. And I feel like I'm really getting way off topic because I am so exhausted. Tell me about your writing space. What's important to you? Or what do you see being important to you? Do you need it to be flexible? Are you at that stage of life where you've got those little ones, you've got the after school activities, you don't have any free time at all, and you have to really think of creative ways to squeeze in time? And you can do it. I've had friends who actually take notes, write out scenes, outlines on their phone. I've never been very good at that, but I actually do have a Word program on my phone, and I have edited other people's pieces as I'm on the go on my phone. But now, I need readers, so it's so hard to look at the little screen. So that's the plan. I know I'm talking way too much in this video. We're gonna get my desk cleaned off. What I'm thinking about doing is and I have a bunch of bins right here beside me. I'm gonna have like a bin for makeup supplies, a bin for writing that's probably at the very bottom. Writing stuff will be at the very bottom, because I've taken a good 4 to 6 years off from writing. So I would say I've taken a good 4 years off of serious, just not touching any of this writing stuff. The 2 years before that, I was very lukewarm. I was still trying a little bit. I was still trying to force myself. And that's another video, and I'll talk about where I lost my desire, where I lost my motivation. Because I know now why and how that happened. At the time, I just couldn't really put my finger on it, and I didn't know what was going on. But we'll talk about that later. So I've got a bin for sentimental items. So I'm just going to start grabbing stuff and putting them where they go in the bins, and then we'll put back what we need to put back. So we have at least an open space to put a laptop. Now, I will say the first serious book I wrote in completion And this was during the time period when I was on the go. I guess I didn't want to have my laptop with me all the time in my go bag. I wrote this middle grade book, which was, I'm thinking it is around 50-ish thousand words, maybe. Let's say 38 to 50,000 words. I wrote it out long form on legal pads. So guess what happened? When it was time to edit and do all that, I had to enter all of that into my laptop. So I learned my lesson. Just go ahead and use your laptop. So if I do flash fiction, poetry, you know, outlines, quick notes, ideas, things like that, yes, I love pen and paper. But for long stuff, I've got to have my laptop. So a big space for the laptop, some space for, you know, writing material, notepad, maybe a place for a mug of water, coffee, tea. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe we need to cut back on the sentimental items. I can get distracted with those as well. My grandfather was a master mason and he loved things like this. And so I have it now and it really does work. I've tested it on many different dates. But it's also, this is a useful item because if I wanted to have a character with a birth date and I actually want to know what day they were born on, was it a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? You know, all through the week, I could just plug in the dates and figure it out. So this is definitely going to stay on my desk for those two reasons. So I guess we'll just start with sentimental in this bin. I have a bit makeup bin. There's makeup on here I have not even opened yet, which is kind of sad. I am making progress, but so far I am unwilling to throw much away. I have only found two things to throw away, and it's a broken keychain I used to have of Wonder Woman until I smashed her in a door and I lost her bottom half, and it looks like half a hand. One of the hands is missing. I'm going to throw this ball away because it could be a choking hazard to my dog. But all of this sentimental stuff I am keeping, and well, that's it so far. Just keeping stuff and two little trash items. So I was making really good progress until I came upon this stick. It's at the very bottom over here. And I'm like, there has to be a reason I would have saved this particular stick. I mean, it seems to be cut off very exactly, but I can't remember or think of a particular reason why I would keep this. So it's kind of stumped me, but I am making progress. Yes, I am also purging books. So maybe you can guess which side is the keep pile, which side is the donation pile. These are keep for now. A couple of these I want to quickly go through so I can donate those. And I only keep 5-star books that I would ever consider reading again. If I've got some trash, which is great. I can actually see the surface of the desk. It's just awesome. We've got a bin of sentimental-ish type things. Actually, everything in here has meaning, so except for this. I just thought maybe that could be useful as a stress ball. And a little bit of school supplies. I'm not going to touch under the desk today. That'll be another day. But we will put back some of these books. Thinking about keeping only the books that are quickly going to get looked at eventually, say within the next 3 months. Because the light seems to be fading some of the covers. So I don't want to put any books that I want to keep long term. Just books that need to be read. So like, look at that dust. I think this is going to be a turning point for me, guys. I am so excited. I hope you'll come back. I'm not even sure what episode 3 or video 3 is going to be about yet. But I'm really excited. I feel a change and I feel motivated. And this was a huge step. So thank you for being here, and I will talk to you soon.